Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have a brief game to share with you from 1999. On the white end, Viswanathan playing against Vladimir Kramnik. So this is a rapid format, 25 minutes apiece. Not quite sure if there was increment involved with this one. We have on board Petrov's defense and the usual exchange of e-pawns. And the first note is maybe right about here, just touching on move order, white castles here, and only then plays c4, challenging black center. Playing c4 straight away, bishop b4 is irritating. Knight bishop converging on these two, so king safety first, and only now c4. Knight b4. We see an early imbalance in this one, knight for bishop exchange. Queen recapturing there, supporting the knight. That is now challenged. Bishop f5. Pop quiz. What's your move here? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, at the top, move in the game, g4. And this forces the bishop back to a less flexible square, g6. This f5 square, very flexible. An x direction piece. After g4, bishop g6, Anand continues with knight c3. How would things be different if knight c3 was played straight away? Keep in mind, g4 is super committal. 4 holes created on the king side with that move. If you play knight c3 straight away, knight takes knight, queen takes knight, how to handle this pin in a convenient way? Bishop e6, and black is ready to go next with castles in either direction. Now, with such a line, black is okay giving up a pawn. If white swipes the c-pawn here, computer is essentially saying the bishop pair fully compensate for the pawn deficit. Bishop now on a secure square, black's ready to go with castles next. Queen hit, e5 under control, which means the queen on d5 stable. This is a very strong piece, and the bishop would be strong as well. Okay, how are things different with how it plays out in the game? By first including g4, and only then playing knight c3. Knight takes, knight follows. Queen captures knight. There is no longer bishop e6 to break the pin on the bishop. So how do you handle this? In the game, we see king f8. If the queen is given the responsibility to babysit the bishop and then look forward to castles next. So with queen d6, white can continue with queen e3, and you still have to sort out this issue. Computer's looking at f6, even some idea connected with a3 bishop to b4, increasing the pressure there. Not a convenient way to get out of the pin here on the e-file. All right, Kramnik's approach, he goes with king f8. Another move the computer has its eye on is f6, staying in the pin for one more move and opening up a square for the king. There's more to this move. f6 useful in controlling e5, g5 from a few of white's pieces. If f6 was played and queen captures c7, here it says now just go ahead and castle. It's a pretty sharp line here. It's saying after rook captures bishop, don't break a sweat. It's okay to lose g7. This bishop is holding things together. This queen in the end, black queen, very active. Okay. In this one, Kramnik immediately gets out of the pin. Follow up, bishop to f4. One more pop quiz. How would you continue here? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, Kramnik's move here goes with c6. The computer prefers h5, pry open a line for the rook. h5, it's looking at knight e5 as a follow-up. Calls it evenish. c6 in this game. One more pop quiz. What is your move here? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, this was move 15. It's now lost for black. Rook captures, bishop follows, exchange sacrifice. This c6 move safeguarded the c pawn, but also made this b pawn vulnerable. After king captures rook, there's now queen b4 check. This pawn will fall next. Note, this sacrifice is not available. Just going back here, this sacrifice is not available on the bishop in reply to h5, because chop, chop, queen b4, you're not targeting b7. Queen's still on that. All right, how it plays out in this one, after c6, we get the exchange sacrifice, queen b4 check, and now what? Where do you go with the king? If you move forward, well, you're just asking for trouble after king e6, and if you go here, it's a mate in 2. With bishop g5 check, king e6, queen e7 mate, and after queen captures bishop, you don't even spend time taking the queen, you would go straight for the king, queen d6 is mate. So what does this mean? After this check, the king has to go back. This is not attractive. B pawn would fall with check, so it is king d8 in this one. Queen captures b7. This queen runs wild in this game, targets the rook. Only move, rook c8. Now bishop g5 check. If you move the king, there's mate on e7. So it's f6. Now there goes the other knight pawn targeting the rook. f6 broken down. From here, black takes the bishop. If you capture the knight, there would follow bishop captures f6 check, and you have to give up the queen. Otherwise, mate on the dark squares, queen e7 yet again. So in this one, the bishop is captured, rook falls, completely busted at this stage, and you can welcome the ending. At the end of the day, what are we looking at here? A 2-pawn advantage for white, and a third ready to be won. That's watched over. This one doesn't go too much further. Rook e8, h4 breaks down this point. Pawn takes, knight takes. We're now looking at 2 passed pawns. Bishop hit, bishop f7, knight f5, and at this point, Kramnik resigns. Another pawn ready to be lost. Big trouble here. If this one continued, swipe the a pawn, you have your pick. Go after the a pawn, or take this one and play with 3 connected passers. Anyhow, your thoughts on this one? Feel free, as usual, to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care.